Hi, thank you for joining me today. My name's Claire Barley and I'm making mini rolags for drop spinning. I've got sheep's wool that has been partially processed. So I've done all this myself. I get the raw fleece from the farm and this is what it looks like when it's washed and dried and being brushed out with combs. So this is what you'll get. And I'm making rolags. If I was just going to spin the sheep's fibre, then I would spin it directly from here just by pulling out the fibre and adding it to the drop spindle or my spinning wheel. But because I would like to blend this with some lovely alpaca fibre that I've got, I'm going to make mini rolags from it. Now these would be too small personally for me to use on a drop spindle. I find them a bit fiddly if I was going to use the big spinning wheel. That's why I'm making these to use the drop spindle. So with the fibre, you'll see the direction that the fibre is going. That's the direction that the fleece grew on the sheep. So what I do is pull in the direction of the fleece and then separate quite thinly, so you get this nice thin layer, and then I put it down sideways so that the fibre goes from side to side, and then I do a couple of those, and you'll find that some of the vegetable matter, you'll always get little bits and pieces that are still in the fibre. So just pulling in the direction of the fleece and then separating so that you've got these lovely thin layers to work with. There we go. So that's just a couple done. Now the alpaca that I use is just washed and dried. You can probably see it's got some vegetable matter in there. I don't over process the alpaca because I find it, with it being so fine, that it gets really staticky and is difficult to work with, so I just use it straight from the drying process like that. And then I'll take a piece and separate it and then have a quick look through, removing any vegetable matter, and just pull some fibres until I've got sort of a clump. And then what I'm going to do is take a piece of the alpaca, and you can see where the fibre has grown. You can see the direction that it grows in. This is quite short, so this is probably from around the legs of the alpaca, not the main blanket. The main saddle blanket of an alpaca is usually longer, so this will be maybe some offcuts, but I've got the whole alpaca, so this is just part of the fleece. So what I then do is separate some fibre and then pop it, just lay it onto just a few strands onto the sheep fleece, and I try and lay it in the direction that the sheep fleece is sitting, so it all goes one way, so it's easier to blend. So just popping a few of those layers in any direction, in any pattern, sorry, but running in the same direction as the sheep fleece. and then I roll it like a cigar. So taking the edge of the fleece and rolling it over so that you've got this sausage-like consistency shape, and then hold in one hand and twist slightly to get it to stay where you want it to stay. And that is the mini rolag. Very fluffy, very soft, workable piece. So again, just roll, and I do this in front of the telly of an evening. I find it quite relaxing, and before you know it, you've got a considerable amount that you can work with. This can be done on blending boards, with a carding machine, a lot less time consuming than doing it this way, but I prefer to do it this way. It's a personal choice. So this is what you end up with. So these are the mini rolags, and then they're ready for drop spinning. And these are a few I did earlier on, so I tend to just fill a small basket up and then work from there. Thank you for watching today. Take care.